From Nebraska's trusted news source, Eyewitness News at 6 a.m. starts with breaking news.
Joseph R. Biden, Jr. of the state of Delaware has received 306 votes. Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida has received 232 votes.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Katrina Spurl.
And I'm Nathan Greven. As you just heard it, after an intense day in our nation's capital, it is now official. Joe Biden is the 46th president of the United States. The former vice president's victory certified by Congress this morning, just after 2:30. The House and Senate rejected objections to dismiss Biden's electoral votes from Georgia and Pennsylvania.
And this announcement comes hours after pro-Trump rioters broke into the U.S. Capitol. We will have much more on this in a moment. But first,
we're taking a live look now. It's 7 o'clock on the East Coast. This is the U.S. Capitol building. A lot quieter this morning compared to yesterday's scene. This is as pro-Trump extremists were seizing the nation's capital. One woman was shot and killed. 3 other people did die with medical issues. Lawmakers hiding, journalists evacuated, a curfew was put into place, and troops were deployed after the doors had already been broken down. Members of Congress say it was surreal. Now here to break down the events is Karen Kafa. And here to join us now is Giles Pembroke. She brings us more of that local response.
That's right. We heard from other Nebraska politicians, including Representative Don Bacon. He held a press conference calling for the president to show leadership in response to the chaos.
The president needs to stand tall and take the high road here, for one. I also think other Republican leaders need to be speaking up. We can't fall into this populism fervor. We need to be about what's right and what's constitutional. I don't want Vice President Joe Biden to be the president. I don't like what he stands for, but I respect our elections.
Bacon believes years of division built up to what we saw Wednesday afternoon. The congressman is safe. He says he was locked down in his office when the protesters were inside the Capitol. Senator Ben Sasse with a strong statement. The U.S. Capitol, the world's greatest symbol of self-government, was ransacked while the leader of the free world cowered behind his keyboard, tweeting against his vice president for fulfilling the duties of his oath to the Constitution. Senator Deb Fischer also releasing a statement saying these rioters have no constitutional right to harm law enforcement and storm our Capitol. We are a nation of laws, not some banana republic. This must end now. Representative Adrian Smith said in a statement, while they continue to look into conduct of the presidential election in many states, quote, illegal disruptions of this process are unacceptable and not constructive. And at home, Governor Ricketts also condemning the violence in our nation's capital.
What's going on in D.C. is just not acceptable. That needs to end. That's not the American way. We don't protest with violence and property destruction. People need to protest peacefully.
Ricketts compared this to the riots that happened this summer after the death of George Floyd. He says violence in both cases is unacceptable. There was a smaller protest outside our Capitol, but Ricketts says there are no security concerns.
Coming up next,